What up, Fight Fam? We are back. Part 2 of the CANELO versus Chavez breakdown. Get the tequila ready. Bust out the Coronas because I'm about to give you guys what y'all all been waiting for. Cue the intro. Marco Rubio from the Fightcast. We are back with part 2 of the CANELO versus Chavez Jr. breakdown. Today we'll be covering Chavez Jr. Hope everyone's having a great day. Without further ado, let's get started. We're going to be running through his statistics, his stats, his noticeable fights, any factors I think may change the outcome of this fight, and of course, keys to victory. At the very end, I will be giving you my very anticipated final verdict, who I think will win this fight and why. Let's get started. We're talking about Chavez Jr. He is 50-2, only 2 losses on his record. He is 6'1" with a 73-inch reach advantage, which I wouldn't cut much of an advantage because he doesn't really utilize it very well. His most notable fights, 2011, he fought Peter Manfredo Jr., who is a very crafty, fast fighter. He's a veteran and was able to kind of get him out there with relatively ease in 2011. 2012, he went on to fight Marco Antonio Rubio. Shout out to the homie. And win unanimous decision down in San Antonio. I was actually at this fight. He looked very good. I think he hurt. I think he dropped Rubio with left hook to the head. He has a hell of a left hook, just like his old man. So you got to give him credit there. But he looked good in this fight, and on after that, he went on to fight Andy Lee, which I think is probably his probably the best performance he ever had against the Andy Lee at 160. Ended up stopping him with a nasty body shot again. Great hook to the body. At this point, he fought Sergio Martinez at 160, and this was a big fight for him. He was training with Freddie Roach at the time. Every fight prior to this, he was training with Freddie Roach. This is probably prime Chavez, where we really thought that he was going to be the future of boxing. That he was making a good fight. He was fighting noticeable opponents and winning and knocking them out with fashion. He ran into Sergio Martinez and he really got a boxing lesson. We saw the big difference in skill wise. Sergio Martinez was a former soccer player. He was able to kind of use the ring, move around him, outbox him. He was a sharper southpaw fighter, and he really outclassed Chavez in this fight. Even so, frustrating him a little bit. This is when a lot of people were kind of criticizing his work ethic. He was showing up late to the gym. He was kind of show up whenever he wanted to, and even then he wouldn't go, or he would do workouts from home. And even when he did work out from home, they were pretty much half-ass workouts, as they would be. And you saw that in the fight. He made weight, but he didn't come in shape. It was a bad weight cut. You can tell his body was a little soft, and you saw that performance when he fought Sergio Martinez. That being said, he still, in the 12th round, caught Sergio Martinez with a nasty left hook to the face, to the head. And we almost got a Meldrick Taylor versus Chavez moment. For those of you who remember that fight back in the day when Chavez fought Meldrick Taylor, he was getting outboxed for 11 rounds, and at the 12th round, Chavez finally caught him with the right hand and dropped him, and the referee ended up stopping the fight with, I think, 9 seconds, a couple seconds left in the fight. Crazy. It was a crazy ending to an awesome fight, and we almost got that. I got that remnants of that when he fought Sergio Martinez, dropping him in the 12th round. Big, but he was obviously able to get back up. Even though he was out of it, he was able to finish off the fight and get that unanimous decision win. So that was a turning point. I think that was a turning point for Chavez. After that, he fought Brian Vera. I think this is his last fight at 160. It didn't look great. A lot of people thought he lost that fight. He went on to rematch him and did a better performance. I think he finally took that fight seriously. Again, these were all the questions come up of where, like, is he 100% committed? He's not working out hard. He's not dedicated. Doesn't have the heart like his dad. A lot of criticism started building up at this point. Also, he went on to fight Fonfara after a long layoff, after a year layoff at light heavyweight. So he didn't come back to middleweight. He came to light heavyweight. People were saying that he was asking for this fight. Even then, even when he asked for this fight, he came in overweight. He didn't make the 178 weight limit. For those of you that don't know, middleweight is 160, super middleweight is 168, and light heavyweight is 178. So you come in, he's not making the actual weight class. That goes to show you he probably didn't train for that fight either. And again, he is showed in that fight. He looked terrible, got outboxed, and even got stopped in the 11th round. More so, he wasn't that much hurt as he just kind of gave up during that fight, and kind of solidified the overall career of Chavez to that point, saying, okay, yeah, you had so many chances to come back and work hard and do this and do that, and you didn't prove it. You're a shell of your father. Just all kinds of criticism coming towards him. Rightfully so too, because he had it coming. Not working hard, not preparing yourself right, not making weight is very unprofessional in the sport of boxing, and it showed in the ring. After that, he went to fight Marcos Reyes, who's also on his undercard. I think he's fighting David Lemire. It's gonna be a good fight. At middleweight, he went back to 168. This is in 2015. He had a good performance there. He hurt his hand and had to take a year off. In 2016, he finally came back and fought. I'm gonna butcher this guy's name. Dominique. British. I don't know. At middleweight, I can't confirm the weight for this fight. It says middleweight, but middleweight's 160. I highly doubt in 2016 he weighed in at 160. If not, then someone let me know. Leave me a comment at the bottom, say if he made a weight. I think they fought at super middleweight, which is 168, which is only 3.5 pounds higher than what the contract weight for Canelo versus Chavez is. Moving on to the factors of this fight. Does size matter? Of course it does, ladies and gentlemen. Size matters, maybe. I don't know. It depends. we have Canelo, who's moving up in weight. There's a lot of factors there. We have Chavez going down in weight. He's fought at smaller weight classes before, but that was years ago. Once your body kind of sits at a certain weight for a couple years, it's very difficult to try to get back down. Not only that, Chavez is a big dude. He's 6'1", all of 6'1". He walks around. Some people tell me at 200 pounds. To him to try to get back to 164.5, a very specific weight class, weight can be drastic for him, especially in this short amount of time. Excuse me. Especially in this short amount of time, that could affect him on fight night. If he comes in too depleted, it's going to be easy work for Canelo. Let's be honest. I don't care how big you are, how strong you think you are. When your body is physically killing itself to make a weight, it's not going to function at 100% the day of the fight. Also, your head is dehydrated. You're not going to be able to take blows like you are, and it comes. And that's the very dangerous part of boxing, of weight cutting, is that some people try to cut too much at a drastic amount of time. And even if you had a lot of time in the world, sometimes your body just doesn't give. It just doesn't want to give up that last couple pounds. You're killing yourself. You're killing your body, and that could be a factor in this fight. If Chavez comes in healthy, 100% good, makes weight easy, boom, we may have a size advantage for Chavez. If he doesn't, and Canelo weight transfers good to the new weight, where he's not depleting himself anymore, he can eat healthier, he can work out longer, he doesn't have to deplete himself, and he may be the stronger fighter, then we have a problem for Chavez. So the weight and the size really matters. The height, I wouldn't say much so. He's working with Nacho Beristain, who is a great coach, legendary Mexican coach in Mexico. And I want to see if he's going to utilize that jab in his 1-2. He utilize his reach, which is, of course, one of my keys to victory, but I'll get into that later. For his size, for his 6'1" stature and his reach, he doesn't use it very well. He fights a very Mexican style fight, to where he likes to get on the inside throw, inside shots, hooks, dirty box, and no head movement, no movement in the ring at all, and doesn't utilize his actual height to be a good or a better boxer when he fights in the ring, and that could be a problem for him. If he's fighting a shorter fighter like Canelo, Canelo's shots going to get there quicker, not only because he's faster, because he has shorter hands and he's able to explode and reach his destination at a short amount of time, where Chavez can, because his arms are so long. Moving on to the motivation of this fight, that could be a factor. Motivation has been something that Chavez has lacked in his past couple fights, in his past couple years. Again, we talk about how he doesn't train hard. He's not motivated. He spoon fed everything. But what I've seen in this past couple interviews, this past couple Instagram posts, and all around the media circling around this fight, he looks motivated. He looks motivated than ever. He looks like he wants to. He has something to prove now. That all he needed was a reason. That Canelo gave him a reason to come out and show the Chavez of new. I would say, because while I think Canelo's young and he's still growing. I think that the alarm going off. My brother's probably burning something. Shout out to my brother. I want to say that I lost my train of thought. Thanks, dude. I want to say that while Canelo's very young, I don't think we've seen the best of him. I think his best is yet to come. But I also think the same with Chavez. I think we haven't seen Chavez. While he's a little bit older, he's 31. 30-ish is around the time you really peak and professional career. Early 30s to 35, around there. I don't think we've seen the best Chavez. I don't think we can really go off of his past performances when he wasn't 100%. He wasn't 100% focused. Well, I'm not a big fan of him switching trainers all the time, or expecting a big change with one trainer. Even if he's the greatest trainer in the world, you can't expect a big difference in a short amount of time. That chemistry has to grow within years, and he hasn't got that with Nacho Beristain. So we don't know what kind of Chavez we're going to see. It could be the best Chavez ever. The best Chavez ever could probably, the best Chavez Jr. ever could still probably not beat Canelo. We don't know. It's things we're going to have to run into the day of the fight. Another factor is Chavez is always dangerous. I don't know what it is. I think it's just something in the Chavez blood where no matter if he's backed against the corner, he's gassed out or losing every round of the fight. If he connects that powerful hook on you, he's gonna drop you. He's gonna hurt you. So while this may be an easy boxing lesson for Canelo, he may be able to outbox it for 12 rounds. If he lets off, if he gets caught slipping and gets caught with the left hook, Chavez can hurt him and Chavez can end the fight. We saw that when Chavez Sr. fought Meldrick Taylor. We saw that when Chavez fought Sergio Martinez. He almost stopped him in that fight. He was very close for that fight being stopped. We're gonna move on to our keys to victory, which is for me the 1-2. I don't know if he's gonna be able to utilize the 1-2 like he should. I want him to though. I think if he wants to win this fight, he would need to. He would have to use the jab and the right hand to really set up his big shots and keep Canelo at bay. Canelo's gonna want to be in and out boxing him, setting up the big shots, setting up the body shots, and if he uses that jab effectively, he's gonna be able to disrupt Chavez's flow. Number 2, he's gonna have to work the body. Again, Chavez has a great left hook to the body, great left hook to the head, and he should really slow. He's gonna be able to really slow and wear Canelo out if he lands those body shots early. Key number 3, the last and final one, is if he comes in healthy, if he comes in strong, if he makes weight safely, if he's 100% rehydrated the next day, he needs to use his body weight against Canelo. He's going to naturally be the bigger fighter. He stands at 6'1" and walks around 180 pounds. He needs to put that body weight on Canelo. 1-2, clinch, rough him up, get dirty. He needs to make it an ugly fight and gas Canelo out. And then at the later rounds, the deeper rounds, when Canelo's drained and tired from all that weight and all those punches, he goes in and finishes him off with hooks to the body and hooks to the head to stop him in this fight. Overall, this is a dangerous fight for Canelo. Canelo has everything to lose, and Chavez has everything to gain on paper. Chavez wants what he had at one point. Again, through those 2011, 2013, that's when Chavez was really the Mexican superstar of this generation. He was a Mexico fighter. He was a Mexican champion. Everyone in Mexico, loved Chavez, obviously because of his dad, and he was overall looking like he was going to be the next big thing. At the same time, Canelo was coming up with Golden Boy, and he was more the Mexican American fighter. He was the De La Hoya of the time. If those who remember back in the day, there was a big split between De La Hoya and Chavez. And if you were if you were a De La Hoya supporter, then you were most likely from the States or Mexican American. Or if you were a Chavez fan, you were most likely from Mexico and liked his style of fighting. And we kind of saw that kind of drift. And while Chavez took a dive in his career with his performance with Brian Vera and Sergio Martinez and Fonfara, Canelo took the opposite route. Canelo kind of snatched up his glory and became that new superstar for Mexico and America, and is the superstar he is today because of that. And Chavez thinks that he took that away from him, and he wants to get that back. And if he beats Canelo this weekend, he can be back on top. He can save his name, save his face from the past embarrassing performance that he had in the ring. For Canelo, it's something to prove. It's a fight to prove the critics wrong, to prove that, hey, I can fight the bigger fighter. I can move in weight. I'm not just fighting small guys. I'm fighting big guys who are dangerous and people think I have no chance against. Excuse me. Again, he is taking a big risk in fighting Chavez Jr., especially at this weight. But I think the weight cut is drastic for Chavez and could be a factor. Again, this has, no matter who I pick to win this fight, this is going to be a great fight. This is a fight for Mexican pride. This is a fight for something more than just a title or money. I believe that on both sides. While I think Chavez is a good fighter, I think Chavez is a great fighter. I think Canelo's an even better champion, and I am picking Canelo to win this fight. I think the weight cut is going to be too drastic for Chavez. I think his speed or his lack of speed will be drastic for Chavez. I think his fighting style won't come to par. He's not going to utilize his 1-2. He's not going to utilize his jab effectively. And I think Canelo's overall power, because I think his weight is going to translate. His power is going to translate great with this new weight. Without him depleting himself, I think he's going to be stronger, faster, more explosive, and a lot more durable. And I am picking Canelo to win this fight by TKO in the 10th or 11th round. I think we're going to see a new Canelo. I think we're going to see a dangerous Canelo. I think we're going to see a Canelo who for me personally, I think his potential is going to really shine. While I am a big critic of Canelo, you can tell from my last video, I was a little biased. I was a little hard on him. I think the only reason I am is because I know he could be the champion that he's destined to be. He has all the skills. He has the charisma. He has the flair of being a Mexican champion. His fights are always fun to watch. He's very technical and entertaining. And I think he's gonna win this fight, probably by TKO, if not an easy unanimous decision win for Canelo. Either way, I don't expect this fight to be anything less than great. Like, guys, if you guys don't watch any fights of the year, I think while this fight kind of means nothing for as in title wise or whatever, it's a great fight to watch, and it's something that a lot of the Mexican fans wanted to see back in the day. They wanted to see, eventually these guys are going to meet up and fight. Of course, their careers took a turn. Canelo for the best, Chavez not for the best, but this is a fight that everybody wants to see, that wanted to see, and now it's going to happen, and it's going to happen on May 6th. So, guys, please tune in and enjoy this fight. But that is my pick, guys. I am picking Canelo to win this fight, either by unanimous decision or late round stoppage. If you like this, guys, let me know. Show your support. Leave a comment. Leave a like. Share. Subscribe. And make sure to follow me on my Twitter. I'll have all those links in the description on my Instagram, and make sure to check out the fight this weekend. Later, guys.